I'll know when my love comes along. I'll know then and there. I'll know at the sight of her face how I care, how I care, how I care. And I'll stop and I'll stare. And I'll know long before we can speak. I'll know in my heart. I'll know, and I won't ever ask, am I right? Am I wise? Am I smart? But I'll stop and I'll stare at that face in the throng. Yes, I know when my love comes along.
You'll be a dentist. You have a talent for causing things pain. Son, be a dentist. People will pay you to be inhumane. Your temperament's wrong for the priesthood, and teaching would suit you still less. Son, be a dentist. You'll be a success.
I start out every morning just free as a breeze. My cares upon the shelf, because I find myself with no strings and no connection, no ties to my affections. I'm fancy free and free for anything fancy. No dates that can't be broken, no words that can't be spoken, especially when I am feeling romancy. Like a robin upon a tree, like a sailor that goes to sea, like an unwritten melody, I'm free, that's me. So bring on the big attraction, my decks are cleared for action. I'm fancy free and free for anything fancy.
don't even know my name. They call me the Wanderer, yeah, the Wanderer. I roam around, 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 around. Oh, well, there's Flo on my left arm and there's Mary on my right. And Janie is the girl, well, that I'll be with tonight. And when she asks me which one I love the best, I tear open my shirt and I show a Rosie on my chest. 'Cause I'm a wanderer, yeah, a wanderer. I roam around, 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 around. Oh, well, I roam from town to town. I go through life without a care, and I'm as happy as a clown. I with my two fists divine, but I'm going nowhere. Oh, yeah, I'm the type of guy that likes to roam around. I'm never in one place. I roam from town to town, and when I find myself falling for some girl, yeah, I hop right into that car of mine. I drive around the world. Yeah, I'm a wanderer. Yeah, a wanderer. I roam around, 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 around. Let's roam.
Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, that's the town that knew me when. If you'd like to have a logical explanation how I happen on this elegant syncopation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there's just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome. But Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home.
Pack up your sins and go to the devil in Hades. You'll meet the finest of gentlemen and the finest of ladies. They'd rather be down below than up above. Hades is full of thousands of Joneses and Browns, or Hoolahans, Cohens and Bradys. You'll hear a heavenly tune that went to the devil because the jazz band, they started picking it, put a trick in it, the jazzy kicking it. They've got a couple of old reformers in heaven, making them go to bed at 11. Pack up your sins and go to the devil, and you never have to go to bed at all. If you get it well where the weather is hot, H-double-L is a wonderful spot. If you get a rest and you're all out of sorts, Hades is the best of the winter resorts. Paradise doesn't compare, all the nice people are there. They come from everywhere just to revel with Mr. Devil. Nothing on his mind but a couple of horns. Satan is waiting with his jazz band. And his band came from Alabama with the melody hot. No one gives a damn if it's music or not. Sings melody, makes you want to dance forever, and you'll never have to go to bed at all. Pack up your sins and go to the devil in Hades. You'll meet the finest of gentlemen and the finest of ladies. They'd rather be down below than up above. Hades is full of thousands of Joneses and Browns, Hoolahans, Cohens and Bradys. You'll hear a heavenly tune that went to the devil because the jazz band started picking it, put a trick in it, a jazzy kicking it. They've got a couple of old reformers in heaven, making them go to bed at 11. Pack up your sins and go to the devil, and you never have to go to bed at all. You got to dwell where the weather is hot. H-double-L is a wonderful spot. If you get a rest and you're all out of sorts, Hades is the best of the winter resorts. Paradise doesn't compare, all the nice people up there. They come from everywhere just to revel with Mr. Devil. Heaven to the devil, Satan is waiting with his jazz band. And his jazzy kick. They've got a came from Alabama with the melody hot. No one gives a damn if it's music or not. Sing melody, make you want to dance forever, and you never have to go to bed at all.
get bigger every day. Thank heaven for little girls. They grow up in the most delightful way. Those little eyes so helpless and appealing, one day will flash and send you crashing through the ceiling. Thank heaven for little girls. Thank heaven for them all, no matter where, no matter who. Without them, what would little boys do?
Hello, Father. This is your son, Arthur, in case you don't recognize me. I want to thank everyone for this opportunity, particularly your daughter, Irving, who put this all together. To thank you for 43 years of being a wonderful father. And basically, I can actually say that it's been a wonderful 43 years. In as much as I've never wanted for anything, I've never been denied anything, whether it be tennis lessons with Chico at Lafayette, or guitar lessons, or new Fender Stratocaster, or 5 years of accordion, which actually represented the 5 worst years of my life, but that's something I think I can get over. But basically, I can actually say I've never really had to ask you for anything more than once. Whether it be to pick me up after my BMW broke down for the 3,000th time, to take me to work, if I was stranded at the airport, you picked me up without questioning it and bitching, fetching. You know, you just feel that it's your responsibility to take care of any family matter that comes up without any questions. And it's more than the rest of us can probably say.
This is for Irving.
Yeah, listen, Irving. Happy birthday. You're only a year late. Happy Father's Day. We're only 3 months late. Here we are now sitting in the sitting room of Tara, and Scarlett and Red are upstairs doing whatever they do for nooners.
Shh! Not nice. The children will hear.
So here's the children licking on your leg. We're sitting here watching the British Open, with the camera on mutt, with the film on mutt.
Mutt mute.
On mutt on mute. Right? While Charles is now swinging.
Oh, come on already.
Listen, Irv, we really miss you. You got to come down to Atlanta.
Come on, Irving. We love you.
Atlanta is the only city in the world that has any class, except for West Palm Beach, which is a little bit classier. Anyway, my cameraman here is going to have a broken arm holding that camera forever. So, Irving, if you don't come here, we'll come there. When, I'm not sure.
You all come.
Anyway, these pictures I want you to use in contrast with the ones we took at the conception of Arlene's at Arlene's conception. And maybe you'll see that we haven't aged. We're the same people we used to be. We're
a little wider, a little shorter,
a little bolder,
a little more bold,
a little bolder, and we ain't having as much fun. So there.
Take care.
There's my dog. My dog should be in this picture.
Out of all the dirty old men I know, and I know a lot, you're my favorite, and I love you, and I wish you a very happy birthday. I also wanted to tell you that it's been such a pleasure working for you and listening to all your stories and not really having to do any work while you just tell me these stories and then pay me before you leave. It's a really unique kind of working relationship, one that I've never had before. And I hope it continues for a very long time and for many, many more years. I love you.
Hi, Irv. Surprise! Happy birthday! It's Mike here. I was just going over the latest version of your book, Christopher Columbus. Anyway, I just want to wish you a very happy birthday. and wanted to let you know how great it's been working with you all these years on your various projects, especially the latest, the Christopher Columbus project, which I hope you'll be able to publish next year. In addition, I want to let you know how much I've appreciated your friendship and kindness over the years and all the wonderful times I've had at the various family functions, because I've always considered your family like my second family.
Happy birthday, Dr. Salter. And I just want you to know of all the employees I've had, you are the best one. And you are a painter. And there's so many other nice things I can say about you, but I can't find the words.
Happy, happy birthday, Irv. I appreciate you sharing Joyce with me. I know you're glad to be rid of her on occasion. Lord knows I am. And I know Dan would like to be here to wish you happy birthday too, but he's off at a real job.
Okay.
Hope you have many, many more.
Healthy, happy birthday, or many more.
We had wonderful times together in years past, and I really want to go into the den and show you some movies.
We had fun. Where did we stay? What hotel?
Yeah, see.
Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt. 17th and Collins Avenue, right across the street of that
Really?
Wolfie's.
Action? Oh, yeah. See, after the bird did it on his head or grew hair. I thought we were all going to get psittacosis or whatever you get from the bird.
I know. Parrot fever. Yep. That's a few years ago.
That's a few years ago.
Happy birthday, 75 more. You look great. At least the last time I saw you look great. I don't know about now. I haven't seen you in a few months. I'm sure you still look great. Enjoy life to the fullest. You got a great family, and I wish you all the best.
I hope you have many, many others. Are they going to celebrate in some way?
We're going to try.
Oh, my God. Irving.
My biggest memory is sitting at the dining room table and listening to your long stories and not having to clean up because I was listening to you while everybody else was leaving the table. This is my little girl, and if she knew you, she'd love you. So you have to come by soon and get to know her.
Happy birthday, Irving. I love you to death. We have a long history together. Way back when we co-managed the High-Yield Women, way back then, you were always right. And you had the foresight to get the stamp of my signature. And you've been right ever since. Thank you for letting me know that I'm Jewish. It's changed my life.
Billy Dove was the first love of my life after my mother.
I hope you can understand my laryngitis voice. I wish you the happiest birthday that you've ever had. Do you remember how we became friends?
So I decided I would write her, and I wrote her a letter, and I pleaded with her. I told her I was only 10 years old, and I asked her to send me a photograph, but it had to have a beauty mark on it. And would you believe it? She sent it to me, and I still have it. And we kept up the correspondence.
One day, I received this picture with our name, and the enclosed letter was from you, telling me little activity she had done. Well, I was amazed. I wrote you a note myself, saying she's going to make it.
And now I'm 75, so this love affair has been going on for 65 years.
I know we haven't met. I think we shouldn't. We have such a wonderful relationship. We write uninhibited letters, and so very happy to know you that well and to know Henri from my love dearly.
I was so happy when she adopted my daughter as her own, and it turned out to be a blissful situation.
While tearing on a game of golf, I may make a play for the caddy, but if I do, I don't follow through, 'cause my heart belongs to Daddy. Irv, I just want to thank you
since my father isn't around, for letting me be your surrogate daughter. And if my sister, Arlene, ever screws up, I would be happy to step into the #1 slot. My sister, Arlene. Sounds like an idea for a series. What do you think, Irv? Call William Morris. Arlene has the number. Happy birthday.
This is from the 6Ks. I don't know if anyone else is going to say anything, but I just want to say, you keep trying to get Ronnie to Maryland, because one of these days he'll come, and we love you, and we hope you have a wonderful, happy, healthy birthday.
Hi, Uncle Irv. Happy birthday. You've always been my favorite uncle. I have many childhood memories of you and wonderful times in Ocean City. And
time to call it a day. No matter how you pretend, you knew it would end this way. It's time to wind up the masquerade. Just make your mind up. The piper must be paid.
And long dinner conversations at the dining room table. And you've been so good to David, King David, as you would say. Mwah, love you. You've been a great uncle for many years. I can remember you always brought the best fireworks to Albany. We had the best fireworks, the whole neighborhood lit up, and I said, how did you do that? It was the Washington uncle. Washington Irving, we called him, actually. Anyway, we love you very much. Hi, Uncle Irv. Happy 75th birthday. 2 things. One is, I'll never forget, when I was a teenager, you always tried to fix me up with every patient you had. No matter who they were, they sat in a chair, they had their mouth open, you were drilling their teeth. My niece is coming from Albany. I want you to take her out. So I always had plenty of dates when I was a teenager, and they had good teeth. Second thing is, I always appreciate you. We're 20 minutes from each other, and you always mail me a card whenever Arlene is on TV. Instead of calling me, which is a local call, I have to wait and get a postcard 3 days later in the mail after Arlene has been on, because you didn't call me, but I love you anyway, we all do. Happy birthday.
You know, Irving, you've been like a father to me. I've got to tell you that. But I had no idea how much impact my accordion playing had on the lives of my family as well as yours. Artie was just telling me tonight, why don't you...
I was inspired.
Yes.
I was inspired.
He was inspired.
By Jenny's accordion performance. And since he always wanted one of his children to pursue a career in show business, and he figured Jenny was giving up the dream, that I would take on the calling of the accordion, which was 5 years of a living hell.
Happy 75th, I love you.
I remember coming from Syracuse, New York, as a struggling young lawyer with cavities in my mouth, and he took me in and my family, made my teeth pearly white and no charge. For that and other things, we love him, and truly wish we had all relatives like him. Happy birthday.
You were always her favorite cousin. She has a tooth problem, so I'm speaking for her right now. You were always her favorite cousin. Happy birthday. And she always loved being with you, and she loves your stories.
You should only live to be 100. Beautiful man. If I listened to you 50 years ago, I'd be all right today.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be here.
That's what I mean. I'd be okay.
Uncle Irv, happy birthday. You know that you've always been a very special person to all of us kids in the family. I say kids, I'm pushing 50 here, but you know that you really got me and Artie and Donna into dentistry. Who else? We've got Nancy. Nancy was in dentistry.
It's a very important influence.
Uncle Bernie also went to the dentist?
Bernie tried to make a couple dollars.
Filling teeth?
But in all seriousness, we love you. You've been an inspiration to us. And have a very, very happy birthday.
I will always think of him as the head chief of the Crow tribe. He's the all-time big kahuna. Just like
Show
this.
your watch.
I'm right behind you. No, he doesn't look. I'm right behind you. Just like that. I'm like, thank you.
He cool.
Thank you. Nice watch you have. Then he looks around. I thought he had a heart attack. He was like, oh, Joshi, boo, Joshi.
We have a wonderful relationship. There's nothing I wouldn't do for him. There's nothing he wouldn't do for me. And that's the way we go through life, doing nothing for each other.
He sent me coloring books and eraser ponies.
The first time I met Uncle Irv, I went,
Cousin Irving, I don't remember, so happy birthday, Uncle Irving.
I guess the best way I could possibly give a description of my dearest brother-in-law, my only brother-in-law, Irving Sorkin, is by using the letters of the alphabet. A, he's able. B, he's beneficial. C, he's capable. D, he's dependable. E, he's efficient. F, he is funny. G, he's good.
Was Leben bis 120.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
H, he's helpful. I, he's illiterate.
Happy 75th birthday. Have a great day. And I love you.
P, he's playful.
Q.
Q, he's queer. No, he's...
Hi, Uncle. Happy birthday. You don't look a day over 60. I honestly did not know it was your 75th, but happy birthday. And I just saw you over there. How can you be right here right now? But we love you, and it's great seeing you once a year. That's about it, but it's fun, and it's worth it seeing you. So, good night.
When I think back on the many years I have known my good friend Irving Sorkin, what the hell's his first name? Irving, that's right. My good friend that I've known for so many years is a lecturer, a first-class lecturer. He's well known on the classics. He knows his literature. He's a very cultured gentleman, and I was smitten with him from the very first moment we met. And that's when my troubles started. My life has never been the same. It has changed so dramatically. Irving, my boy, you took me through thick and thin. You gave me more solace than I've ever known in my life. And now, God willing, another 75 years, maybe you can get me the hell out of this. So, Irving, in retrospect, from Ricky and myself, our fondest and best wishes.
He's totally indispensable.
Totally. Okay. You?
You, he's very youthful, very youthful.
No, that's not good.
I can't do without you.
Happy 75th to a great guy. And I remember your wedding.
Well, we both feel that he's one of the finest. We both enjoy coming down to visit with you, and it's just altogether awesome because we ourselves don't have too much of our family left.
I've known her now for about 39 years. During that time, I can say he's a wonderful man, but he's a little bit of a creep. When I first met him, I think he was buying some bargains. Amongst those bargains were fabric to have dresses made for Arlene that she never wore.
Irv, I'm so excited to be on your video for your 75th birthday. It's been such an honor to know you and to speak with you. and I've had such a wonderful number of conversations with you, especially about your new book, the Christopher Columbus Was a Jew, which I happened to look through the other day, and I saw the preview on it, and it was wonderful, looked terrific.
Uncle Irv, I want to wish you a very happy birthday, and on a non-humorous side, I want to personally and sincerely thank you for being such a warm, hospitable person.
Happy 75th birthday, Uncle Irving.
And I remember distinctly New York City, it was, as a matter of fact, at Ronnie's, one of Ronnie's weddings, I can't remember, I think it was his first. You were exceptionally warm, and I want to thank you for that. It made me feel really comfortable. Congratulations, have a wonderful birthday.
1, 2, 3. I got what? Happy birthday, Uncle Irv.
Hi, Uncle Irving. Happy 75th birthday. Enjoy it.
How about you? You're a winner.
Okay. X.
He uses X-Lax.
Okay. Y.
Y, I said youthful.
Oh, Z.
Z, he's another Zola.
It's a pleasure to be able to say something to you on your 75th birthday. Too bad you're way out there in Washington and we are here in sunny California. Nevertheless, it's a pleasure to be on video and say something to you, buddy, because you are my mentor, encourager, and a great individual, a great man, and you and I are what you have labeled the Renaissance men. Have a good time, be healthy, and enjoy the golden years.
First, I must say, I bought this dress in the hopes that I would be able to wear it to one of the Sorkin weddings. Inasmuch as that may not be in the near future, I'm going to get some of my money's worth. If you do have a wedding, I'll buy the shoes and the rest of the outfit. We've known each other for about 39 years. Our children have always been good friends, and they still are. And it's been a joy to know the Sorkin family.
Greeting from Santa Monica, Irving. I hear you're having a big birthday, and I'm very happy for you. I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday, and I'd like to wish you and your family also a very happy New Year.
I just thought of something else that Irv and I were involved in with Joyce. We were on our way to Temple for a Jewish holiday, and he drove like a lunatic, which is the way he usually drives. When we got to the temple that day, I prayed so hard, please God, let somebody else take me home, because I really don't want to ride with Irv. I want to live a little longer and watch my children grow up. That I had to say.
Hi, Irving. I'm so glad you're having a birthday, and I hope it lasts for many, many years. You just make it to last longer than my birthday. I hope that you will have good health for many, many years. And it's so nice to know that you're in good health right now. So just keep it up and try and beat me. I'm 91 now, so you get ahead of me. And I hope you come and see us before long. And I wish everybody in your family the best of everything.
Things I could think of. We went through joys, we went through sorrows. I want you to know that I love you, I think of you, and out of sight does not mean out of mind. I wish you a wonderful, happy 75th birthday. Maybe I shouldn't say 75. Do you lie about your age? Mazel tov and good luck.
I just came to wish you a happy birthday and let you know that I miss you, because you're one of the most unique individuals I have ever met. Love you. Bye.
Hello, Irv. You probably don't know this young lady, and she doesn't do good lip sync, so we're not trying that. But this is what you call a daughter-in-law. This is Colleen. I guess we're about the same stage in life, and Come on, Colleen, let me sit down. We each have 3 children. Come on over, Mark. We each have 3 children, you and I. And gee, I don't know who's got more grandchildren. Let's see. We've got Mark, and we've got Adam, and we have Brandon, and then our Irish granddaughter, Hannah Malka. So I guess we're in about the same stage in life. And yeah, we each have 3 kids, and we have 4 grandchildren. We're not going to have our 5th until later in 1994. Anyhow, we just want to wish you a very merry, happy birthday from Mark. Want to say happy birthday, Dr. Sorkin?
Happy birthday, Mark.
You got it? All right. You want to say something?
You'll say it again?
Adam? You want to say happy birthday, Dr. Sorkin? Geraldine?
Happy birthday, Irv.
And happy birthday, many happy returns, and let's get together, us and our grandkids, okay?
Realize that you're an anchor, the anchor in our family, whether it be our immediate family or extended family. You're one of those pillars of strength that everybody counts on. And even though I think sometimes we take it for granted, we all know that you're there to give us support, emotional support, and unqualified love. And this carries over into your work. I mean, I see so many of your patients who have such kind words to say about you, who knew that you really cared about them, and you're only looking out for their interests, and you never take advantage of them or compromise them, which is, more than a lot of my colleagues, can be said for a lot of my colleagues today.
He didn't build me.
He never billed you?
Because I worked for him.
Huh.
I'm talking about Artie. I ain't talking about him. Forget Artie. Artie take an arm and a leg. He's got to pay for all of this down here.
I told him that I was not paying for this new stuff.
Shoot, I tell you.
I did not ask him to move.
Come back. Come back, Dr. Sorkin. We miss you.
Can you come back and
come back, Dr. Sorkin. We miss you. Come back.
The generosity of Dr. Sorkin was after our nice initial talk. We were best friends. I could go to him with anything. I came back to tell him what we'd all needed to get into the academy. And then he wrote a letter, and he took time right there in the office to do it with me. And he told me he would do it. He gave me a copy of the letter. Then we'd all ran into a little bit of a problem during his senior year. And he wrote another letter, and he kept track of me and my children. Really, and I was very pleased with him, and that's why I won't leave his son.
This is a happy 75th birthday from your patients of 30 years. The best thing that I can remember is the first day I ever saw you. Is when I came into the office when my father brought me, and I had this tooth hanging from my gums, and you told me that you wasn't going to pull it, but you did, with the brush. And I kept on saying, you said you wasn't going to pull my teeth, but you did. So ever since then, from day one, I've really been afraid of dentists because I didn't trust them. But thank you for all the years and all the things that you have given me through the years. Thank you for knowing you and letting me be into your family all the years, especially from Mom. Mom, I know, really want to say thank you for at least being a joy in our lives.
We're at Jay Billows and we're waiting the arrival of Scotty May Garland, the greatest woman who ever lived.
Go.
The greatest woman?
That's got a cane?
Okay, go reach the greeter. Put the camera down and greet her. Did she see you?
No, she didn't see me.
Don't make embarrassing.
Hey, Scotty. Happy birthday, Uncle Irving. Or Irving. Just say it, let's stop.
Arlene.
Certain happy birthday, 25th birthday. So I remember when you took me to see Broken Desk. I didn't want to go at the time, but I enjoyed it, and I'm glad you thought enough of me to take me there.
I remember
being picked up at the bus station. What was it called? Greyhound, or one of those bus stations in Washington. I came here, a confused, frightened adolescent. Had no idea what was waiting for me here, but I was very lucky that I had you and Joyce to take care of me like I was one of your own children. I remember how frightened I was about being trained to be a dental assistant because I had no self-confidence or self-esteem. But I remember when you mounted my first amalgam on a burr. You remember this? Huh? You mounted my first amalgam on a burr and put it in a little case, and it was like an Academy Award that I won. And you taught me a lot and enabled me to be able to get a job and feel good about myself. I just want to say that you're like a father to me, and I love you very, very much. And I thank you for everything you did, because you didn't have to do it. And I love you very much. Happy 75th birthday. You have 120 more. Okay, I remember telling you that I was in love and going to marry Ami, and I remember you sitting me down in the living room and saying, Ami's a very nice boy, and I'm very fond of him. But he may expect too much from you. You know, being an Israeli, he might be better off with an American. He'll have a housekeeper, he won't expect as much from you. Little did we know that he would expect nothing, absolutely nothing. And I just remember that. Okay, cut. I remember when I had a date when I was about 18 with this guy, Lenny Perlman, who I wasn't too crazy about. And you came into the den and you told him that if he wasn't out of the house by 12 midnight, he would turn into a pumpkin. I was very relieved. I was very relieved. Okay, and also I remember how everybody in the house, of course, would screen all my dates, especially Arlene. But one time I came up from the basement to meet this new guy, and as soon as we got out of the house, he said, "Your uncle, we really think alike." She said to me, "Have you met her yet?" And she said, and I said, "No." And he said, "You're in for a good surprise." It was very nice, and I were talking. And I know, I mean, although it was at a different point in Donna's life that she was able to stay there, but we were talking about how all the relatives, how anybody could always just count on your home to be a place of stability and love and guidance. It was for me, it was for Donna, it was many times for my father, and I'm sure any other friend or relative that ever called could always count on a warm, cozy room, a warm, cozy family, and people who really cared. And I, quite frankly, cannot even imagine what my life would have been if you had been there for me when I needed you. I'm sure that I probably would have been divorced about 18 times by now, and my life would just be in shambles, I'm sure. Whatever small amount of mental health I possess, I owe it all to you. Thank you.
Number one, happy birthday. Many, many, many happy. For anybody who doesn't know, the first pair of shoes that I had in the United States that I didn't bring with me from Israel was Uncle Irving's shoes. For many years, he used to give me these shoes since we wore the same size. You were extremely generous to me and to Nancy and the family. You helped us through very dark periods in our lifetime. You were a very close relative, more than any blood relative that I had ever had. And to all my friends, the Israeli friends, we always found your home to be very open and generous to us. Morty always felt like he was a part of the family, and that's of course because of you and Joyce. I wish you many, many, many more years, health, and many more birthdays. Bye.
My first recollection of Uncle Irving is when he thought either my sister or myself was a genius, because we figured out how to turn on the record player at a very early age. That one statement led me to believe that you were an easy mark, and I was right. I've learned a lot from you. At your knee, I learned what every man's requirements are and what every woman's luxuries are on their wedding night. And we can't discuss this in front of the children. Your undaunted patience in the water and on the slopes made me the swimmer and the skier I am today. For this, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your inspiration as a physical fitness addict has made me the health aficionado that I am proud to say that I am today. Thank you, Uncle Irving. You have kept me clothed and bejeweled beyond my wildest dreams. I mean, beyond my wildest dreams. One entire closet is the closet that Uncle Irv built. You have been an inspiration for intellect. One time I called and asked a very specific question about the Torah, and you told me that you were a scholar of the Quran, and I should call Ami, who I believe was in Israel at the time. I decided the question wasn't that important. All kidding aside, you're 75, you've given us some scares. I love you more than this tape will ever be able to tell you. You are truly a joy and a wonderful person, and I love you from the bottom of my heart. In fact, I love every hair on that eccentric head of yours. Happy birthday, Uncle Irv. It's from Berta.
This is Sherry Garden from Hollywood, entertainment capital of the world. I'll be right back. But offering you a wonderful happy birthday. We're here at the Rush's house. He's unfortunately passed away. But still, I'm sure he sends you his good wishes, as I do, and all the people here in this lovely restaurant. We have the most wonderful daughter and son, Artie, who I was betrothed to for a very short time. And I'm very pleased to know your children and yourself. So mazel tov.
Hi, Dad. It's good to see you again, and I hope that you're having a... What birthday is it?
75.
75? Wow. Right about this time. Can we try it again?
Yes, go. Start again.
No, I don't want to start again. Just, I wish you the best, and hope you have a wonderful time, and hope that your kids are great. Hello to the family, and see you later.
Wanted to say happy birthday. This is your surrogate daughter, one of your surrogate daughters, and we all love you. Happy birthday.
Hello, Dr. Sorkin. Happy birthday. I had to beg your daughter to let me do this. Wait, is it possible to turn down your speaker? Because I'm very professional, you see. Okay, here we go again. Take two. This is the one you'll use, Arlene. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday, Dr. Sorkin. I think it's 75. I'm not sure. Nobody told me. I wasn't really invited to do this, but I insisted, and I negotiated with your daughter over a transatlantic phone line, and she said no, and I said yes, and we spoke and spoke. Finally, she agreed on one condition. But before I tell you this condition, I want to thank you for everything, all the time you've given me, all the pleasure you've given me, and all the pain you gave me in the dental chair. Thanks. Happy birthday. And Arlene agreed to let me do this on one condition, because this was supposed to be the commercial. So anyhow, here's the commercial. Thank you. Happy birthday.
One place to wish you a happy birthday, a happy 75th birthday at that. But we decided to do a phone, audio, and videotape birthday for you. So if you're ready, here goes. Go ahead.
It gives me great pleasure to say a few kind words about my brother Irving. Life has been a series of ups and downs for him. Fortunately, there were more ups than downs. And for many years, he was a successful dentist, providing providing for his family to the best of his ability. He did it his way, to copy a quote from our friend Frankie. Also, he has been a man for all seasons, championing the cause of the Jews and Israel. He could have been a cantor, a history professor, an archaeologist, a writer, or a Hollywood producer. Behind every great man is a woman. Irving could not have chosen a more beautiful and compatible wife than Joyce. Irving's special talents have been handed down to his children, Arthur, Arlene, and Robert. Also, I am sure our mother and father would be very proud of their son Irving. In closing, let me say, as for our own relationship with Irving, it is like good wine improving with age. Thank you very much for your indulgence.
Dear Irv, there's not too much more that I can add to what your brother Ruby has just said about you. I just second everything that he has just written and read to you. I'm just sorry that we cannot be with you to celebrate your 75th birthday. When you were south in Florida with us, we so thoroughly enjoyed your visit. I agree with Ruby that I think you looked younger and happier than we've seen you in a long time. There is a contentment now. Perhaps that goes with your retirement. Perhaps it just comes with age. But you certainly looked more relaxed and more joyful. Your stories kept me entertained from breakfast through dinner. Of course, don't quiz me on the contents of some of the trivia items. They were very entertaining and enlightening at the time. I want to thank you again, you and Joyce, for your support, for your phone calls, for your visits, for your concern while Ruby was so ill for such a long time. You gave me the strength to keep on going during those trying times. So hurry back this winter. We expect that you'll be with us in January to continue your storytelling and our wonderful relationship. Again, happy birthday. Sorry we can't be with you, but we'll try to celebrate it when you come down here this winter. Bye-bye.
From North Carolina, it's Larry. Wish you the best to the most unique, incredible uncle a nephew could ever have, and wish you much love and many years of happiness. Or I guess it's already been many years of happiness. So much love to you on your birthday. Bye-bye.
Hello, Uncle Irving. This is Judy wanting to wish you a very happy and very special 75th birthday. I have such wonderful memories of growing up in Washington with you and Joyce and Arlene and Bob and Arthur. And I have wonderful memories of you in particular, always bringing such happiness and such a wonderful sense of humor to everyone's life. And it's really a very special thing I hold dear in my heart. I have a memory of you always coming into our home, always with a joke and always with a present, and always with a wonderful anecdote story to tell us. I also have a wonderful anecdote to remind you of, although maybe you never forgot either. when you had the very questionable honor of removing my teeth as my dentist. I know you must have hated it as much as I did, but I have this wonderful vision of you in your white dental coat chasing me around the office with your syringe of Novocaine, pleading with me to get in a dental chair so we could get this process over with. But you know what, Uncle Irving? I'll never hold it against you. And I love you very much. And a very happy, wonderful, special 75th birthday. Love, Judy.
Went into show business anyway, and my father, who's here, he's totally embarrassed. My father, yeah. My father said, oh, he's just standing up. Even when I did extra work in something, he would turn off the TV and say, you were the whole show.
There's no business like show business like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing, everything that traffic will allow. Nowhere could you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow. There's no people like show people, they don't run out of dough. Angels come from everywhere with lots of jack, and when you lose it, there's no attack. Where could you get money that you don't give back? Let's go on with the show. The costumes, the scenery, the makeup, the props, the audience that lifts you when you're down. The headaches, the heartaches, the backaches, the flops, the sheriff who escorts you out of town. The opening when your heart beats like a drum. The closing when the customers won't come. There's no business like show business like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing, everything the traffic will allow. Nowhere could you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow. There's no people like show people, they smile when they are low. Even with a turkey that you know will fall, you may be stranded out in the cold. Still you wouldn't change it for a sack of gold. Let's go on with the show. Let's go on with the show.
The Spain of Christopher Columbus was stained with the fresh blood of the Inquisition, the torture and then expulsion of all Jews who refused to convert to Catholicism. Sephardic or Spanish World Jews were converting en masse. But what would that have to do with this nobleman who traced his roots to Italy? Well, to begin with, he may have been lying.
The truth is that Christopher Columbus was born of Spanish Judaic origins, and that he could not possibly have been born in Genoa, Italy, but rather he was born in Genoa, Mallorca.
Doctors Irving Sorkin and Alexander Arkin are co-authoring a book arguing that Columbus was a Sephardic Jew. At a conference of the American Sephardic Federation, the two told an audience that the voyager's real name was Juan Colom, a common surname of Spanish Jews, that he won the approval of Ferdinand and Isabella only because his mother raised him to understand his Judaism, but publicly embrace the Pope.
He was also taught all the traditions of the Catholic Church because he was told the only way to survive was to pretend that he was a Catholic.
Darling, this is Daddy O. We had Michael and Alyssa and Michael's girlfriend. Arthur was here, and we watched your last show. And I want to tell you, I'm so glad you're off that fucking show.
What do I look like, a fish stick?
Arlene, there's a free pair of wading boots in this for you.
It's so denigrating and so stupid it did nothing for you. It put a couple bucks in the bank, but it was a denigrating show, and you should be glad that you're finished with it, because it did nothing for your integrity. I mean, it was a stupid show. When I saw what the winners are for the whole year, it's unbelievable the crap that came out of it. And you should be glad that you're finished with such secondary material, because it didn't do you any good for your career, and you should be very happy you're finished with it. And you can go on to something bigger and better and something you can be proud of. I was never proud of the show. I was proud of you. But certainly the material was an abomination, and you should be glad you're rid of it. So don't concern yourself. Just keep going. Keep your nose to the grindstone, and you're going to be a great star in the world of entertainment. I am convinced of it. So I'll say good night and all my love. I wish you the best, and I love you more than I love myself. Now, that's not my idea. That was Christopher Columbus when he wrote to his son Diego.
California, here I come, right back where I started from, where bowers of flowers bloom in the spring. Each morning at dawning birdies sing, and everything a sun kiss miss said, don't be late. That's why I can hardly wait. Open up that golden gate, California, here I come. From where bowers of flowers bloom in the spring. Each morning at dawning birdies sing, and everything a sun kiss miss said, don't be late. Oh, that's why I can hardly wait. Come on, come on, open up, open up, open up that golden gate, California, here I come.
About 8 years ago, and I met him because I needed a place to work, and Irv said that he could offer me possibly an office. So I walked into his office on Branch Avenue next to the House of Pancakes, and Irv was sitting there by himself, and he was very engrossed in eating a meatball sub, typically with a patient bib stuffed in his smock. And I was very dignified, and I asked him where Dr. Sorkin was, and he muttered to me through a meatball, I'm Dr. Sorkin, what do you want? And I told him what I wanted, and he said, it'll be X number of dollars, you can start tomorrow. And I said, well, Dr. Sorkin, don't you want me to give you references or anything? And he said, no, you have a good face, I'll trust you. All of the patients who I've gotten who have been Dr. Sorkin's patients, have had kind things to say about him. He's a kind, generous person. He's never been aggressive about collecting his fees. I've also heard Irv say after a patient has left, don't charge them. They don't have the money right now. And Irv did that on a regular basis. He was just a good person. Or is a good person. I think you're still around, aren't you, Irv? Called me into his back office and said he had a brilliant idea. We had a unused dental chair. And he said, why don't we give that to Mitch Snyder, the homeless advocate? I said, Irv, what do homeless people want with dental chairs? And he said, no, you don't understand. We'll give them the dental chair, then they can hire dentists, and all the homeless people can get their dental work done. And I thought it was a dumb idea still, but Irv went ahead and gave 2 dental chairs to the homeless shelter, along with dental equipment and dental supplies. I'm not sure whether Irv got a receipt ever at all. But Irv did have the strangest policy about charging people or not charging people. Yeah, he didn't charge people from the embassy for some reason. He gave a huge discount to police and firemen. And he gave a discount to anybody else who he liked, sometimes to people he didn't like. It was a very strange policy. Dentures. And I'm not sure how it worked, and to this day, after watching him for 5 years, I don't know how it worked. But he took a real quick impression and had them bite into something. I don't know what it was. And then told them to go away. And they'd be covered with impression material. And they went away. And when they came back, he had the most beautiful set of dentures. Patients loved them, and they used them for years and years. And to this day, after taking classes and going to school for years and years, I can never make a denture as good as Irv's worst denture. It's just amazing what he can do. Irv also had this unusual habit of singing if he thought his work was really good. So when he did something that was exceptional, he did an exceptional filling or did an exceptional denture, he would just burst out in song. And Irv had a beautiful voice, a beautiful tenor. And it was such a small office that everybody could hear, the patients in the reception room, us in the back room. And suddenly this operatic voice would burst out in full bloom. Finally, Joyce cracked down on him and decided to put him on a diet. So she would send him to the office every day with a little lean cuisine. And that was supposed to be his meal for the day. So he would cook the lean cuisine in the back room, and naturally the whole office smelled like lean cuisine. And he would eat, no, he doesn't eat, he would inhale the lean cuisine with his tea and his preserves. And after that, he would say to Clary, get me a meatball sub. I have a lot of gratitude to Irv, and I want to thank him and wish him a happy birthday.
My proudest possession. This was made by command of Emperor Nero, who lived 35 to 60 AD, and this was made strictly for him. And to make sure that this vase would not be duplicated, he had the man who created this remarkable lamp, he had him executed. So this would be the only one in existence. This lamp, I am assured, the salesman told me, is 2,000 years old.
Okay, is that true?
It might be an exaggeration.
Does he say happy birthday?
Irving, these things are always tough, these Evelyn Wood speed summaries of somebody's life. they're always tough, but in your case, it's tougher than anyone I can think of. It's tougher because there's so many things I'd really like to tell you. First of all, somehow it seems particularly appropriate that we're actually filming this upstairs in my father's old office, now Dr. Khan's office. And unbeknownst to you, you're actually downstairs right now, probably eating, along with everyone else. Anyhow, what makes this tough is that my memories of you go back so far. And the truth is that you've always been like a second father to me. In fact, really, other than my father and my sister, my mother, my earliest memories are really of you and Joyce and Art and Bob and the old apartment back at Valley Avenue days. You know, Irving, I was thinking when I was trying to put some thoughts together about this, that really you and I share an awful lot of similar interests and passions. History, politics, theater, music. I'm sure that many of those interests really, many of those areas of interest to me are things that I've come to love because of having been around you and having been exposed to your wonderful discourses at the dinner table and elsewhere. The point is, Irving, is that you've shaped my life and you've enriched it. And I guess I appreciate now more than I did at the time all the things that you've really done for me and for my family. I think back and I remember how every Sunday as a kid, you always had a special outing, a special project planned. There was always something exciting that the Augusts and Sorkins had planned every Sunday. And I looked forward to it. And it's something that I really cherish now. Whether it was a special restaurant or whether it was going to Gettysburg or to Harper's Ferry, whether it was getting us involved with Indian guides or softball, there was always something exciting. And I knew it was going to be really special. You always pushed all of us. You always got us to learn things and take part in things. And I think I always think of you as really a real Renaissance man. You're kind of a throwback in some ways, maybe to a different time and a more civilized time. When I think of that civility, I think of the wonderful times around your dinner table. You know, it's all too rare nowadays. People sit down with their families and they tend to sit down, eat dinner, maybe together, maybe not. Then they run off and they watch television and they really don't talk. But around the Sorkin household, you could always look forward to sitting down and having some civilized discourse, to really talking about issues of the day, some important things. And again, that's something that means an awful lot to me. Okay. Anyway, Irving, I want to thank you and Joyce for always being there and always providing the August family with a second home. Thanks for being my father's best friend. Thanks for providing me and Lissa with our best friends, and my mother with her best friend. And I love you and happy birthday. I guess it's a belated birthday at this point, but I love you and happy birthday, and thanks for always being there.
Hi, Uncle Irving. My first memory of Uncle Irving is that when I was a little girl, he used to tell me that I looked like Sid Charisse.
Irv, cuz. You're laughing. Hi, cuz. You know, you've always made this stray from Florida feel loved and welcomed in your Oregon Avenue hacienda. And for this warm and wonderful feeling, I will always adore you. Have a happy and a healthy, long, long life. I love you. Rita.
I want to wish you a very happy birthday and remembering all the good times you've had over the years. And by the way, when that movie comes out about the Arthur's family, I'd like my part to be played by Richard Gere.
Hi, Dr. Sorkin. Happy belated birthday. I'm here with Arthur, and I just want to thank you for everything you've done for my family. We really appreciate it. And you know, I'm camera shy, so I brought along a lot of support. Here's my friend Maria, who wants to say something in Italian to you.
Buon compleanno! Io sono la Maria!
Your long-lost cousin from Italy.
Morgan, I have a surprise for you. Remember the little girl that used to come in with her school books and we had so much fun with? Here she is, Bernadette Shelton!
Lady, happy birthday. I wish to see you again. I still see your son regularly for my teeth cleaning. And I'm still gagging as usual. Or worse.
Sorkin, you remember me. You gave me a ride out to Virginia. Well, anyhow, I did some typing for you years ago. I'm still waiting for some, just a minute. I have Pizza Hut on the phone.
I can't believe it. You made it this far. Listen, have you quit making those obscene phone calls? I hope so. I don't want to have to come visit you out in prison somewhere. This is Frances. Remember Frances? Also known as the Princess. Now you know. Wish I could be there with you. Love you. Bye-bye.
Face it, Dad. You're a regular guy. There's nothing petty about you. There's nothing pretentious about you. Except for that tuxedo you used to own. But other than that, you could be friends to anybody. You relate to anybody. From Rodney the gardener to the rich and powerful, like George August. But basically, what I probably respect about you the most is your intellect. In as much as I would say that your family and friends have probably learned more listening to you than they did in school. Sitting at the dinner table was probably responsible for half the education I got and has made me the life of the party and an intellectual wizard when I'm out, because I just quote the wit and wisdom of Irving Sorkin. For instance, when you spoke to that group in Northern Virginia about Columbus and his ancestry, I mean, you had the audience literally mesmerized. I mean, I don't know if you appreciated it, but I was sitting there, and I and everybody else were just fascinated by the subject. And this is a subject that I've been familiar with for years, but I'd never heard you present it in such a way. And you just have a gift as a storyteller, something your daughter has inherited, which I think has served her well in pitching some of her stories in Los Angeles. Your other colleagues, like whether it be Goodfriend or Felston or Levy, all have nice things to say about you. It's not just because you're made them, wealthy men, but because they had a lot of respect for you, and you never played games with them. All you cared about was that their patients get good care. Matter of fact, I bumped into the periodontalist Baldinger at a dental meeting about a month ago, and he was telling me how when he first came to Washington about 30 years ago, he was told to look you up as a fellow Penn alumnus. And he said that you were very gracious and helpful, and he told him to go downtown and open up his practice, and the suburbs weren't ready for a periodontist, and you told him basically where to open up, and you helped him make some contacts. And he tells me this every time I see him, basically, is, how's your father, and I want to thank him. He was instrumental in my periodontal career. All in all, I mean, I hope you consider that I've been a good son to you, and I haven't been too much of a disappointment. There are a few things that I haven't followed through on as you would hope, such as, well, of course I never pledged your college fraternity. Unfortunately it became a Maoist organization, SDS, but you never did forgive me for that. I never went to Acapulco, and I never wore those ankle boots that you bought for me, to keep the snow out. But all in all, I think you know that I love you and that I care about you, and I hope you're happy, and I would do anything in the world to make you happy, except wear those ankle boots, of course. And I want to wish you a happy birthday and all my love. Mwah!
Hi, Dad. Happy birthday, and I want you to know that Bill and Hillary and all your friends here want to wish you many, many more to come. I always appreciated all the backing and all the encouragement that you gave me over the years. And I hope that you'll be playing this on your 100th birthday.
Hi, it's MC, and Ralph and I want to wish you the happiest of birthdays. You're a great guy, we love you, and good health and happiness for many, many years. Oh, happy birthday to you, it's Sonny, and all good wishes and all good, wonderful things. I know that you're having a wonderful time being with your family, and just happy, happy birthday, dear. You're a wonderful man with a wonderful family, and we all love you. This is Joan Rosenblum, and I'm wishing you a very, very special birthday. Myself, good luck, good health in the coming years. Hope to see you real, real soon. Oh, this is Belle Sarton, and I want to wish you the very happiest of birthdays. If I could sing, I would sing to you, but you have to excuse me. I'm not the voice today. Hi, Irv. This is Sonny calling. I'm speaking to you, and I want to wish you a happy birthday and sing happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Irving, happy birthday, dear special person. Have a great day, dear. Lots of love, lots of luck, and as you always say, Don Nicklick. Surprise, Irv. This is Zelma. Want to wish you the best of everything, the best of health, the best of happiness, the best of success in everything you do. Uncle Irv, this is GM. Happy 75th. Remember me from the little lost tribe of the Israelites. I love you, Uncle Irv. Happy birthday. Mwah! Harold calling. I haven't spoken to you, well, it's been about a year, I guess. I'm so glad you made it to 75. I'm on my way there myself, and I hope you make it to 95, and then from there on, a few more years. We're in California right now. I'm talking to Arlene. I'm in Maggie's apartment, and I'm here with Sandy visiting our grandchildren. The weather's beautiful, and everyone feels well. I hope you feel well, and all your little kids feel well, and your grandkids feel well, if you got any grandkids. And you no grandkids? No. Scratch that. He's such a gentleman, such a nice person. And the memories that I have from your dad, Arlene, you probably don't know, but when we were down in Washington, Sandy and I and my son David, he took such good care of us. We could never thank him enough for what he's done. Either your dad or your mother. They were just terrific. And I bless them for everything they've done for everyone. And that's about it. Have a great life.
Hello, Dr. Sorkin. Happy birthday. This is the Dolly Sisters. This is Kitty. And this is Connie. We'd like to comment over the number of years that we've known you. We met you back in 1965-66 on North Capitol Street since we moved to Vienna, Virginia. But we also followed you to St. Barnabas Road. And I'd like to also comment on how we've known you over the years. Connie would like to make some comments also. Well, as we went to your office in Maryland, we got the services of Arthur, who took care of our teeth. Got your tooth that you put in for me a long time ago. It's still serving me well, and Danny's taking good care of it. I hope you keep it another 20 years. And we are now going to Danny, who's taking care of our teeth for us. I'd like to comment over the years, too, on your wigs or your hairdos and the color change. And you always surprised us in your appearances when we came in, and you always had a smile. And I appreciate that.
Hello, Dr. Zorkin. This is Ann Cochin wishing you a very happy birthday. We have known each other for many years. I believe we were some of your first patients. Buzz was around 4 years old, and he will be 50 years the end of this month. It's been a long and pleasant friendship. Walter and I often talk about it. I hope you are enjoying your retirement. Stay well and have a good time on your special day. Again, congratulations. Bye now. Here's Walter.
Dr. Zorkin, this is Walter Cochin. Wishing you a happy birthday. I believe I was one of your first patients 45 years ago. It's been a long and a pleasant relationship. Arthur is a good dentist, but he is not a Dr. Sorkin. When you retired, you were the last of the breed. Again, a very happy birthday and enjoy your retirement.
Hi, Doc. This is the Con Clan. It's Carol. We sure do wish you the best of the birthdays. We're sorry we can't be with you. We hope to see you soon. We sure do miss you. So do our teeth. I hope you haven't been telling too many of those jokes of yours. Clary and I sure do miss those jokes. I got a good remembrance for you. You remember when I first started coming to your office? I think it was about 1970. You never spoke to me outside of the dental chit-chat. You would whistle, you'd sing show tunes, but you never talked. And I figured, well, boy, if he isn't going to talk to me pretty soon, I'm not coming back. Well, you would examine my teeth, and the only talk I ever heard from you was a call to your travel agent to book another trip. And I figured, after all these exams, my mouth was financing all those trips. So I thought, well, this has got to stop. And one day, you were examining my Eric. Remember Eric? Remember how ornery he was? Well, I heard all this giggling and yelling coming from your office, so I walked back to see what was going on. I thought, oh, goodness, Eric's giving him a lot of trouble. Well, there you were, having a water battle with him, lead apron and all. Eric's sitting in a chair, you're behind another chair in the corner, and you both got water sprays, and you're going at it, just a-laughing, and I thought, well, this is my kind of guy. And I figured, well, I'll be back, and we were. We all came back, and you know why? Because you were a good dentist, you're a good guy, and you really became a good friend. When we needed you, you were there for us, and you always have been. We love you, big guy. As they say in L.A., let's do lunch soon. Hey, by the way, I got to tell you something. Guess what? A couple months back, I had 2 crowns and a root canal. Boy, you really missed out. That would have been good for a 3-day weekend in the Poconos. Take care of yourself and God bless. Happy birthday and many more. The guys aren't here right now, but they send you their love and their best, and they said to tell you happy birthday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Birthday, Uncle Irv, it's Leah. I just wanted to tell you how special you are to me. Nobody could possibly have a kinder, more caring uncle. I've been touched time and time again by the interest that you have taken in my pursuit of a kind pursuit, and that must have been very difficult considering how often they've changed, and how dull our family gatherings would be without your zany stories. I'm so lucky to have you for my uncle. I love you very, very much. Happy birthday.
I'm Richard Ban. I'm a friend of Arlene's, and I'm up visiting her in 605 today, and just wondering, Irving, when are you coming back to Los Angeles? We have all kinds of terrific Billy Dove pictures for you to look at. I just screened a 16mm print of Blondie and the Follies. And I just brought something for Arlene in hopes that she'll go out and get one for you. And it's an issue of something called Classic Images. And look who's on the cover. So best wishes for a happy life, and we hope to see you soon because I'm getting just like that with Billy, and she might forget about you if you don't come out here soon, okay?
If you want someone to love, let it be me. If you want someone to kiss,
Hello, Irving. This is your cousin Maggie at Balsafro, wishing you a very happy 75th birthday. How does it feel being 75? I wouldn't know. I'm so much younger than you. I just heard the wonderful news about Arlene. Mazel tov. I will be seeing her next Sunday, I believe. And I will get all the dope on what's going on with you and the family. Lots of love. Hope to see you soon. Bye.
Father Irving, have a beautiful birthday. I miss you. I miss our dates at Mel Torme, and I still wear that dress that you sent me. Thank you, and have a beautiful birthday.
Hey there, Irv. It's still hard for me to call you Irv. I think you should be called Mr. Sorkin because I respect what you do so much, and you have such great ideas. And I think that if you just keep plugging away at it and really insist, which I know you will, one of them will come to fruition. So have a great birthday, and it's really been great to know you. By the way, it's Dr. Sorkin, not Mr. Sorkin. So, Dr. Sorkin, happy birthday.
Through the years, I have wonderful memories of the times when we were together, and I'd like to share some with the family. Suppose my oldest one was the high school graduation. I was 17 that summer, and you came to my high school graduation. And I must tell you, I thought you were a pretty old man then. You were in your 20s, you were a graduate of college, and you were at dental school in Philadelphia at the University of Pennsylvania. And I was very proud that you came to my graduation. After that, we had a wonderful time during that summer. And in September, you helped me celebrate my 18th birthday. That is one of the most enjoyable memories that I have. I remember sitting out on that little porch on Reichman Avenue. And I remember getting very sunburned, something I would never do today. And I remember the red dress I wore off the shoulders because my shoulders were so red. I remember we went to dinner, and then we went to Dinty's Terrace Garden, where we danced and danced and danced. You were always a wonderful dancer. But I think the funniest of all, and I was telling Walter today on the telephone, and he was howling. I remember somehow or other you must have told the orchestra leader that it was my birthday. And he said, I'd like to play Happy Birthday to Elaine Schneer, who is 18 today. And would you know that Elaine Schneer stood up like this and smiled at everybody in the audience? And the next day when you came to see me, you told my father, you said, Mr. Schneer, you will not believe what your daughter did. And we all howled. And almost 50 years later, here I am, still laughing at it.
Dr. Sorkin, wishing you a happy birthday. It's been a pleasure to know you, to be around you. I've learned from you, inspired by you as a man, as a writer, one of the most gifted. Elaine, I can't read your writing here. One of the most gifted and, well, I'll just wing it. It's always great fun to get together with you. Hear your stories and learn from you. And it's no wonder to me that you turned out such a wonderful daughter. And I look forward to spending a lot more time together. I'm very happy that you're all a part of my life.
You ought to be in pictures. You're wonderful to see. You ought to be in pictures. Oh, what a hit you would be.
Oh, give me the shot, you scum-sucking pig.
I had 5 million to work with years as
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
this is for Irving, Arlene's father, who was my, what can I say, one of my very best friends. When I was a young kid coming up, he helped me when no one had to help me. He chose to help me. And I considered him a big brother, or the father I never had. I just say that I love you then, I love you now. So I want you to have a good life from here on, from 70 on. Life is just beginning. Thanks for being my friend.